Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. And yeah, so today we're going to continue with the transportation park, making the transportation park. And in the previous stream, you can see what we did. We made a ship, we made a bike, we completed this motorbike as well. I also made this submarine as well, which was amazing. Hope you have been great. But I think before I even get to today's live stream, let me merge some of these assets into a single mesh. And I think, do I want to do that? I think I'll just let the end user do that. Okay, so today again we're continuing with the lowpoly, as I said. Hello, the Flare 97. How are you doing? How is your morning? Mine is great. Okay, so yeah, I think before we even get started, let me first get these out of the way. It's just a quick way to kind of support the channel a bit. So for any of you who are in market looking for a way to simulate fluids, Happy New Year. We haven't gotten to it yet, maybe unless you are somewhere where it's already New Year 22. So in that case, Happy New Year too, but we are a few hours away to that. Yeah, so I wanted to do a quick promo for these, just a way to support the channel. For anyone who is looking into a fluid, so Flip Fluid is an alternative to the Blender fluid simulation system. This is a much powerful add-on than what Blender provides. It does simulate fluids in a much realistic way, and has. Let me just show you the reel here quickly, just so you can see what Flip Fluid does. So you can see it okay. Thank you for letting me know, Shri Shiva. Okay, I think I knocked my microphone, and the mic was disabled. Anyway, so thank you for letting me know that. And how are you? How is your New Year's Eve? Yeah, so this is a random flow. I don't know if you have seen this. I'm not sure why that is happening a lot now. Hopefully it's not it doesn't go off. Let me just make sure that I can see the levels on my side screen here. It's just going to reduce this just so I can see the audio levels. Why should I put this? I think you guys let me know when the mic is out. Thank you, Warden, for letting me know. So I'll just constantly be checking on this. So yeah, we're going to make a tractor here. As I say, this is a good practice stream for anyone who is new to Blender and you want to bring your modeling skills up. So yeah, let's start by making this tractor. Again, we're going to make a low poly version of this. I think we can start with the tires. Let's start with this back tire because it's more interesting and well detailed. So we are going to use an array. Let me import that here. Let me bring this here. I think I can pin this. Okay. So to do this, I think we can use an array. Just make sure that the audio is good. Okay, we can use an array to make this detail. So let's start with a plane like this. Scale it on the X. We can use, no, I don't think camera will help a lot. So when you're making a tire like this, the best way to do it is to first create, because you can see this is, these are repeating around the entire tire. So you only need a shape like this, and I'm going to add a circle because we're going to use an array, and just duplicate these around the curve. So I'm going to grab this, add an array. Let me work in the, and I can use fit to curve, select this as the curve, and that should, if I apply the scale of the curve and the object array, it should give me the right length of the curve. And now I can also add a curve modifier, and you can see what we have. And for some reason, this is scaled a lot on the x-axis. Why is it so? Why? Should be somewhat like that. Yeah. Another thing to do, because it's very difficult to model things directly here, you can use Alt D to duplicate or to make an instance of this object. This one you don't really need to add the modifiers. So whenever I'm working on this, I'll see the updates on the other model. So I think I can even just do it in a different 3D view here. Just work on the details, add the details on this, so that we can see the updated version here. So I'm going to scale this. Just make sure that I'm in object coordinates. Scale this on the X. So I'm not sure why this is. Oh, I see. I just add a few subdivisions. I think this is rotated wrong, so I'm going to rotate this on the X. Yeah, something like that. And it's getting stretched. Shouldn't be stretched. Just do it like this, and then I can select these edge loops. Remember, we're creating the tire, so I want it to kind of, should I do it now? I think I need to just extrude it down like that, round off these corners a bit. Should I do it like that? I think no, let's approach it differently. Let's first create the details here. Happy New Year. Hello Sledge, Happy New Year too. I challenge you just for the fun challenge in making a short film in Blender or make a car animation in road challenge. Did you aspect no downloading car? Yeah, that challenge is quite a challenge because you would need to do a lot of modeling, especially for the short movie. That is not really doable. It's just takes a lot of work to create a short movie, so, and a lot of preparation. That's a lot of effort that I'm unwilling to put in. Yeah, so I'm creating this thing here. You can see like that. Just line up these. Hello Dibayan Gosh, how are you doing? Just grab these. Trying to make sure that let me look at tractor tire images. Just to see how the pattern of these is laid out. Because the reference image I'm looking at looks a bit low res. It's very hard to tell. I think let me first get rid of these edge loops, because I think I'm approaching this wrong. So if we have something like that, and I add a cylinder, but with only about 16 vertices, we can use booleans, I think, for this. So booleans are like that. Apply scale. Remember, we are trying to create something low poly, and I think actually before I even do that, I can add a loop here. Happy New Year! Here is tomorrow. Ah, nice. It's also today evening, today night, I think, for me here. Just going to do something like this. Curve this. Round off this. And I think I can also, is it something like this? Mirrored on the X. So can even add a few subdivisions to this, and this here can be extruded down, and what we want is to add a boolean. Use this as the boolean object. We change this to viewport wire like that. If I make sure that the normals of this are recalculated. Since we're going to be merging this, I want to make sure that the resolution of these, or the polygon count on these, is not too high. It will also make my life much easier when after I apply the modifier. So something like that. I think these here, just round that off. And if we add an array, you can see how that would look. So basically we're trying to get the pattern of the tires. This is not the best reference image to use. So let's see. And these look a bit different. The tires here look a bit different. They're much easier, but a bit different. I want to do the exact tires that we have for the tractor that we're using here, because I think these look more interesting. So let me try using Alt. And I think I need to try to follow the topology, because these have to be a bit closer. Let me see. If I add this edge loop and this edge loop. These need to be really close to each other. So for that, I need to change the way this array works. I think I can do something like this. Just get rid of these vertices. Do the same thing this side. Get rid of these vertices. And why do we have something like that? I'm gonna use first. No. Let's see. So here, I don't think I need to have that many polygons here. Just going to grab this. Yes, align it again. I think I'm using too many vertices for this, so let me reduce that. So do you guys have any plans for tomorrow or for New Year's Eve? For New Year's, sorry. And have you, if you made resolutions for 2021, how did it go? Because hello Helisarius, hello HK Aruz, how are you? Okay, so yeah, I just move these around until my mesh closes correctly. I think I need, still think maybe this still a lot of res, so let me just do something like that. I want to remove these vertices as well. Repeat this on this side as well. And this can be extended just a bit. Hello, happy 22 all you all just testing the new hardware. I got a Ryzen G with Radeon GPU built. I'm gonna give Cycles X with over the weekend. What are we up to? Nice. We are making a tractor, a low poly tractor, and we are making the tires. They are not the easiest to make, but because especially because they don't have symmetry, but that's okay. Just figure it out. I want to let me see how should I approach this, because though I'm going to use booleans, I still want my edge flow to be not to be too bad. So that's why you see I'm spending some time here, and because I have kind of shrinked this, now I can just use the array to bring it closer and also turn on merge, so that I can start merging some of these vertices around. So just need to make sure that they are lining up correctly. This with that. This doesn't seem to have a vertex. I want it to be merged. So because it doesn't have a vertex, I'll just also make a loop. Should I, or should I just get rid of it. Let me see. Just try and merge, have these vertices merged like that. Actually, I think it's this side that I need to extend, something like that. So bring this closer. I can even increase the merge threshold to something like 0.4. So this vertex should merge with that. Like that. And this here should merge with that. This doesn't have a vertex to merge with, so either I can just have it connected here, then get rid of that vertex. This here can merge with that. That can be merged. Now this side, this can be merged with this, so I think we can just pull this back like that. Get this as well, pull this back until they merge. This can be dissolved because it doesn't have a merging partner. So just push these until they merge, push these until they merge, like that. And now, so you can see, we can make this continuous like that. Now the only issue is we need to make sure that this here closes correctly, and let's see why it's not. Just going to first connect these two edges, get rid of this. Still not merging. Let me, still not closing. Okay, it closes around here, but it's not giving me the pattern I want just yet. So before I first extend it, try extending it. Let me try, I think it's, grab this, Control L, try rotating it. Yeah, so here we're getting the pattern like that. And because this is a linked object to this, all I have to do is apply the boolean here. I need to make sure that this is not an instance, so object relationships. Object relations, make single user, apply the boolean, and then relink the object data again. Or we can even just use this object itself. So all I need to do is make sure that I add a curve object, select the curve. You can see how this looks. You need to scale this on the Y direction, like that. Now before I even do that, I need to make sure that let me fix the topology a bit, so that it's much easier to work with before we go any further. So I think, how should I handle this topology? Let me go back to the top. I think I need a cut there, need a cut there, need this merged. Okay, need this loop there. I can slide this edge or just merge it to that. And maybe even slide it as well. Just doing some minor cleanup. Now because this is supposed to be a low poly mesh, we don't really have to do too much cleaning, but just because this is a tutorial, I want to do that for you guys. Let's see. If you start seeing gaps like this, all you have to do is let me see. Let me add a loop cut here, and now it's merged like that. I think this can be connected like that. See how the tire would look. Again, this is supposed to be a low poly mesh. That's why you see I don't want to. For some reason, I don't know if this is a bug or it's me doing something wrong. For some reason, you have to scale this in edit mode to get it to the shape you want. That's another thing I'm seeing is that these here have some kind of triangle shape here going on, so let me add that in as well. A triangle shape. Are you gonna animate the wheel? Not really, but if you want that, I can do that because it's very easy to animate a wheel. That's the easiest thing I can think of. Okay, I think if I'm doing this, I need to do it on this side as well. Round this off just a bit. Come back to this. I have an edge here. I think this vertex here needs to have an edge somewhere here, so let me add that. Thank you. Your best, you're saying your best video. Love it. Thank you. Just do that. Now, this is low poly, so let's not spend too much time on this. So let me just first scale the tire on the, I think I can even push these up a bit so they don't push down too much. I can merge some of these. Like this. Again, depending on what you're trying to do, you can be very detailed or you can not. Greetings from Canada, Blow. Happy 22. Yeah, thank you. Greetings from Uganda. Hello, Ira Benson. Are you planning to do anything in Canada for New Year's Eve yourself, or you're just going to stay inside? I think most people are going to stay inside because of Corona something. You just merge this as well, just to reduce on the polygon count, get rid of those, and let me see how to work this topology here. There are a few things I could do. I could just add a loop cut here, then get rid of this edge, which I can get rid of that edge as well, meaning I don't need this as well. Just optimizing the mesh a bit, make it lighter. I see, do I need this edge? Yeah, I kind of think I do need that. Happy New Year, bro. Now I am subscribed. Thank you, Shivan. Satya, Shivan. Thank you for the subscription. Okay. See, I'm just trying to get rid of unnecessary polygons, especially because this is kind of a low poly model. I think the gap in between these is a bit larger, so let's make that the same. I plan to party with some friends and go right back to 3D modeling afterwards. Nice. That sounds fun. Sounds much fun. I haven't really planned anything. Now, I really think the array modifier is broken, especially if you're using a curve object, because of how it behaves sometimes. So I think that would be our tire. Maybe let me just add a few loop cuts here. Just push down a bit this part here, down a bit, just to make it a little bit more exaggerated. So merge there. Push this down a bit, and I think this is a convincing tire for low poly, for a low poly mesh. And after you do that, you just apply the array, because this is I need to first make sure that this is a single object, so I'll go under relations, make single object data, and then apply visuals to geometry. Get rid of this, and now we have that. We don't need these bits anymore. So we have our tire, at least the first tire. Hello, Kuma33, how are you doing? Hello, Kid Inventor. This is quite the impressive model. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay. Now that we have our tire, again, low poly, which doesn't matter. Let me merge any of this. Okay. If I use flat shading, it's not too bad. We get at least the details. So you can see it's supposed to be low poly, but we ended up with quite a lot of material on this. One way to reduce that I don't know if I want to reduce that though. Should I? Because because we used an array modifier, we can simply just isolate a segment of this tire, like this, like this. You can isolate a segment like this, or simply Shift I, delete the faces, so I can have a segment like this, work on it, improve it, reduce the polygon count if I want to. For example, I can get rid of this middle vertex. Should I? I can basically just I don't know. Let me see. If I round this, should I do this? Because what I want to do is get rid of this. How do you model fast? I use a lot of shortcuts, man. Yeah, because I want to reduce on the polygon count, and I think I can get away by just doing something like this. Actually, I'm looking at what would be the best way to do this, to handle this edge loop. Maybe, actually, I think I can retain the middle edge loop because that holds the middle piece together. And what I can do is just get rid of these edge loops here. They don't really add much. Do something like that. And maybe even just merge this to the last, like that, and then can get rid of that. So just trying to reduce the polygon count because this is supposed to be a low poly mesh. Shortcuts are the key. Yeah, shortcuts are the key. I use them a lot. They are really speed in the workflow. Yeah, they speed up your workflow, definitely. Yeah, so if I was making a high poly mesh, I would want this edge loop to go around this side, but to do that here, since this is a low poly mesh, I would have to add in a lot of resolution that I don't want to add in. Now, this edge loop here doesn't seem to add much, so I'll just get rid of that and just merge this like that. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. What else can we do? More cleanup here. Yeah, we can do the same cleanup here. We just have to merge this to that. Just get rid of this edge loop. And now all we have to do is bring our spin tool, have our cursor in the center like this, use the spin tool on the y axis, spin this around until the final copy just connects. Use duplicates, until we have everything connected like that. Just merge by distance, increase the threshold so we get rid of any doubles, like so. Now we have a much optimized version. What's the shortcut for spin? Yeah, I don't think there is a shortcut for spin. Just go to edit mode and select the spin tool. Oh, it is the shortcut is there. It is shift space bar. Shift space bar. Let me see. Shift space bar. Shift 0. Shift space bar. Shift 0. And that's a very long one, so it's not really a good shortcut. Anyway, so let's create this inside rim. Just going to grab, I think I need to merge more vertices here, so let me try that. Yeah, okay. Now we want to create this inside piece. For that, I'm just going to duplicate this edge loop. Shift space is general things, yeah. So I don't think the spin tool really has. It used to have a shortcut. It was Shift R, I think. Was it Shift R? And that is now the repeat option, the repeat shortcut. It's no longer the spin tool shortcut. So let me insert. Why is this not correctly? I need to apply the scale for this. Okay. Insert. By the way, how is there a perfect circle in the middle? Which middle? This? Yeah, because I use the spin tool, so the spin tool usually makes a perfect circle for you. So it spins everything around the cursor, and in doing so, you end up with a perfect circle. Yeah, I think for this inside ring, I'm using a lot of polygons, so I'm going to use a ring select. Let me turn on my shortcuts for you to see. Where is that shortcuts? Yeah, so I've selected an edge ring, and I'm also going to deselect using the checker deselect, and then select using the ring select, loop select, edge loops, edge rings, edge loops, just to reduce on the resolution like that. Let me see. Yeah, I think something like this is enough. Maybe can even checker select, checker select, checker deselect, select edge loop like that. Yeah, just reduce on the polygon count there. Doesn't need to be that detailed. Insert like that. So we have ourselves our tractor tire. Maybe make it more thick. Grab these, just see if I can inflate them a bit more. Nah, you know, do that. Okay, so you have that. I think I need a loop here. Hi sir, you should make a tutorial on how to make a pistols. Also, I would like tips on lining up blueprints for cars. Lining up blueprints for cars, I think you just have to eyeball it. There isn't a science to it. Now, let's put in some bolts. So I'll go to circle. Let's use 6 vertices for this. Again, this is low poly. So Shift F, extrude in, insert, extrude in, can use the spin tool again. I just make sure that the cursor is in the middle. On the y-axis, spin, duplicates. I will only need just a few, yeah, something like that. And we have ourselves our tractor tire. I think it's supposed to be that big, and needs to look a bit inflated. So I'm going to select this inner loop, turn on proportional editing, just inflate it just a bit, just make it, yeah, something like that. It's good. Is a good. Okay, so we have our tire. The front tire should, we can use, I think we can use the same tire for the front. Not about to create another. I don't know. We could. Anyway, let's rotate this. And first reset the origin to be in the center of the tire. Now I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees, and to make this tractor a bit easier, I'm going to add an empty object. This is going to be the mirror object, the mirror center. So I'll select this tire, give it mirror like that. So I can duplicate this. I'll change the tire later. Right now I just want to, hello Jonathan, sorry, Paul Jonathan, how are you? Glad you're joining us. So these are going to be our tire. I think they're also a bit closer like that. Now let's make this piece here. Okay, so I'll do that in the front view. So I'll do this in the front view here, and I can what should I do? Let me just add a plane here, rotate it x 90 degrees. I like this, and start shaping this. So I'm going to go to edit mode, just basically create the general shape. Let me first hide the other objects. So this shape here, I want it to be hidden from view. So let me first select it, move it to a shape collection. Like that. I can concentrate on this easily. So this thing here seems to have a shape that is something like that. Why did you stop doing exploring different art style? I didn't stop. I just because you see, to create different art styles, you need to make the stream more interesting, and to be able to do it faster, and do it in the time constraints that I give myself. So to do the art styles in 2 hours, you need to have some pre-made assets, because you can't model everything and in the time frame that I usually work in for the live stream. So that's why you see we're doing this, because I'll be using them to do those, to explore different art styles. I don't know if I worded that correctly. So basically, you need assets to be able to do it faster, to explore different art styles faster, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm pre-making those assets that I will be using. And you have always seen me when I was doing that, I always had pre-made assets. So yeah. Hi mate, I am new to Blender and I'm trying to make home. I'm using the solidify modifier in a T-shape wall. It's not making it even, like it's fine on the outside but hard in the middle. Yeah, so what you're saying is so you have a wall, a T-wall like this, and it's extruded like that, and you have a modifier the solidify modifier. So it's creating this shape. So yeah, that's an issue because Blender doesn't really work with T junctions like this, especially if they're extruded like that. So what you want to do is just hit Y, select the face that is causing an issue, hit Y, and I see that now it will become even like that. So now the wall is even. So just make sure that this wall is separate, and you should be fine. Okay, so hope that answers you. Okay, so this here, actually I need, it should be something like this. I personally recommend using the Archpack add-on. Yeah, that's a good add-on. But sometimes you just want to be able to customally to do things yourself without using too much add-ons. So I'm just going to bring this. Again, we can add the mirror modifier. Just use this object as the mirror object. I think this also kind of shapes, tapers in a bit. I'll turn on clipping here, extrude that in. Face like that. I think it's somewhat like this. Extrude this, extrude down up to, I think, somewhere here. Should it be somewhere here? Something like that. Just make sure that these are flat. Okay, now let's start adding details. I'm just going to round off these. Okay, I think the back side is a bit different from what I have. Let me see. Now this is also not super extended like that. Just make sure that these things are lining up correctly. Okay, now let's start detailing. So the back side here, I think we need a loop cut here, and this is somewhat like this, and we also need a loop cut here. There's no, this is empty, this space here is empty, and this is up here, and extends like that. No problem, man. You sure? Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll see if I can answer them for you. Okay, just add in those headlights, which are simple cubes. I kind of rounded, so I'll do a bevel like that, and the taper, or they shrink down a bit. Also this edge here, we want to round it off a bit. Ctrl B. Like that. And here, I'll kind of have a panel going on here, so I'm just going to grab this, push it. You grab this, get rid of this face. Actually, I might need that. No, actually don't. if I put a picture, how do I make the picture show in one side, not in another? Do you mean like in the material? That's easy. Let me just show you here. Shader editor. So do you mean if you have a texture, new, just import a new texture image here. Let me grab resources. Yeah, so something like this. So do you mean to have a texture that shows one face and not the other? That's very easy. Just use the geometry input, geometry back facing option. So I'm just going to do, so you can see the back facing option just gives you a black and white mask. So all you have to do is add a color mix RGB and use the back facing input as the factor. Now one side can be a different color and another can be a different color, like that. So instead of a different color, you can also just use an image. So one side is an image and another side is not an image. So something like that. You mean like that? Yeah. So that's how you do it. You just use a back facing input or output from the geometry node. Use that as a factor into, and you can also just use it as a factor for mix shader like this. So you can become a factor here, and this basically create two shaders for different. Hey, Ask NK, keep up with the awesome work, man. I love what you're doing with your channel, man. It's really amazing. That's why I get my news. Really amazing. Yeah, thanks for the support, and thank you for being around. I really appreciate that. It's really amazing to see other YouTubers, man. Yeah, by the way, if you're looking for any YouTube news and you are any Blender news or 3D news and you are not aware of who Ask NK is, let me get his channel for you. He has a ton, I can say I'm a subscriber there. He has a ton of videos. Just get your information there. Any news about 3D, the 3D industry, not just Blender, anything, mergers, buyouts. I don't know how fast how quickly you are able to do it. I can't. You must have a dedicated team on that. But yeah, again, thank you. So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue with this. Hello, Kevin Arunambi. How are you doing? Okay, so we are here. Let's add in this grill. Just going to push this face in a bit like that. Grab this face, Shift D, bring it out, and I think let me unhide, insert it a bit, and then add a few edge loops like this. Actually, those are too many. Let's add like 3, and I think I can just push this in as well. Grab these faces, hit I twice, extrude in, and we have our grill. You have any Discord server where we can join and learn things here? Yes, just type in !Discord, and that should get you there. I'm sure if you make one, it be really useful to us. Yeah, there is a Discord server. Just use !Discord, !Discord, and that will be good. Okay, so let's let me just make sure these are lined up with the rest of the body. Let's add in these blocks here. I'll go into edit mode and hide this. Add let me just grab this mesh, just scale it. So I'm creating this piece here. Let me just dissolve this vertex. Extrude down like that. So this is like a T shape, sorry, a C shape. C# for you programmers. Anyway, let's just round off this a bit like that, and I think we can just reuse it for the back side as well. Now let me first remove these. Let's create this thing here. So just going to borrow an edge here and just think I need a shape like this, like that. Can even fill it in. I think I can also just extrude it like that. Add a loop around here. Grab this here. Extrude like so. Now, before I do that, actually, let me first extrude the entire thing at once. Extrude like that, just a tiny bit, and then extrude again. And I think I need an edge loop here so that I can do like that. I think this is also, it's not straight exactly, so I think we can use the shear tool to slide it just a bit like that, and maybe run off these corners a bit. Actually, I think this can be a bit rotated like that. Round off these corners just a bit like that, and maybe this edge loop as well, like that. Same here. I think actually I don't need to round off that bottom part because it's not going to be too visible. Okay, now let's create these engine parts. Let me get a tractor close up for the engine area, because this is not a good image. Let me see what this is. The Swaraj 834X XM. Yeah, so let's get some better resolution image, some better images here. Just have a look at these from different angles. Okay, so let's make a few cylinders here. So those are going to go around here. So let's go here, add a cylinder. Doesn't need that many vertices. So let's try 8. Shouldn't be that big. So creating these. Round off the bottom a bit like that. Grab this face, Shift D, scale it up, extrude down, remove that face, round off this top bit, and make 2 copies. Shift D, put this aside. Let's add a cylinder, so I'm just going to grab this, rotate it on the X, grab it up, extrude on the X like that. Grab this, extrude on the Y, add a loop there. I have the same tractor at my home, Swaraj. Nice. Nice. So you like do you have a farm? Uh, I noticed that a lot of 3D artists love farming. I think maybe I'll get it into it more as well, because I have space for a small farm if I wanted to. Shift E, let me grab this on the X. Basically just adding in some random detail. Doesn't have to be super accurate. Let's create this transmission something. Yeah, I'm a farmer and a 3D artist. That's the life, man. That's you get tired of the PC, you go tend to your cows or something. Have you modded games before? Games for model? Yeah. I have modded for games before. Yeah, let's create the transmission piece here. So this, actually, let me first turn off clipping because I need to model this without the mirror getting in the way. So I think I can just do a bisect option here. So if I offset this, and add some extrude these. Okay, then I can also add, maybe just grab basically now we just kind of set dressing, adding in some detail like that. We're not trying to be super accurate, so the pieces we are making here may not really be the same pieces, but as long as we get something that looks feasible, are we good with that? I'm okay with that. Now, I can also grab these here, these cylinders that are already made. I think I'm going to rotate them just a bit. Insert, insert, and then let me just try that. So have this. I think if I duplicate these a few times, they look like engine parts, like that. And I think I can grab another cube, can add in a cube in there, just give it some of these tubes. Let me just grab this, scale it up, just reusing different pieces to make things look more mechanical. why aren't you using subdivisions? Because this is supposed to be a low poly mesh, and subdivisions right away makes it a high poly. Okay, let's add, I don't know, let me grab this face just so I can add in some more detail in different areas. Just create some piping, I don't know, that goes in different directions like that. Might need a fix. Yeah, something like that. Let's create the seat. Again, you can choose to be as detailed as you want, but for this, since it's a low poly mesh, I will not be doing that. But I think I can add in a few details like that for the chair. A steering, I already have a steering. I'm not going to redo one. Let me see, where is that? I have one here, so I'll reuse it here. It's not the most creative steering, but for this case, it should be enough. Okay. Okay. High poly has several polygons and is smooth looking. Yeah, this is known to, what is the difference between low poly mesh and high poly? Oh, that's what you're asking. Yeah, that's a good answer, I think. Poly has much fewer, low poly has much fewer and usually looks cartoony. Yeah, that's true. It's you don't really have. So for example, this tire here can be considered high poly or mid poly. So, but there is no way you can get this amount of detail without using some good amount of polygons. Let's see, what other things can we add in here? Let me grab this edge loop here. also adding this thing. And I'm just going to just grab this edge loop here, Shift D, scale it up, extrude, like so. Also add in this light, just grab this face, Shift D, that. Do the same. Now I'm not sure how the back should look. I think we can add a few of these as well. Okay, and also have this exhaust pipe. Okay, I think it's supposed to have one exhaust pipe, but the reason why I don't want to, because to make this one I would have to first apply the mirror, which I don't want to do just yet. Let me make this tire a bit larger. And you can see the front tire is a bit different from the back tire. So to do that, I'm going to first duplicate it, isolate it for a second, and let me remove this mirror. Again, isolate the one piece here. I think it should be why don't you just leave the exhaust last? Yeah, that's I should have done that as well. So I could yeah, exactly. It would have made more sense to do it after the mirror modifier, but yeah, I've already done that anyway. So want this to isolate this piece again because we want to create the smaller tire here. And we're going to do the same, approach it in the same way that we did the first one. So the smaller tire doesn't really have these in parts, and I think for the smaller tire we can make use of the mirror modifier because it has symmetry. The tire has symmetry. See, let me resolve this in detail. Separate the exhaust and delete the mirror on it. Yeah, let's come back to that after we're done here. Let me see. I need to dissolve this detail, but first get rid of these faces. Okay, so we have that, and I'm looking at this. Seems to have something protruding out here, so I'm just going to try and add that detail directly. So something like this, and then I can insert this just a bit, select these edges, push them out, because that's how this tile looks to me. Seems to have something protruding out like that, and I think I might need an edge loop here. Kind of again, there's always multiple ways to approach any project. This one is a bit messy, but I think do I need this edge loop? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, something like that. Can get rid of this edge. Do I need this edge loop? No, yeah, I think I do. And we need these lines here, so I'm going to just draw a line here and here. Just merge those vertices there. We don't need that edge loop. And here, just need something like 3 vertices like that. Push them out. Maybe these are a bit larger than that, so you just push them out. So I'm creating these inside lines there. So I can use a mirror modifier here. Just make sure that this is like that. Am I the only one who watches tutorials and live streamed and just do nothing? Well, as long as you're retaining some knowledge, you don't really have to do anything right away. You don't really, because your mind is always learning, even when you're not doing something directly. So now with that piece, we can use the spin tool. So I will use T spin tool. Just need to make sure that my cursor is at the center. Spin this on the X. Use duplicates. You're not alone. Yeah, sometimes it's much easier to just watch and do things later, so that your brain picks up, might be able to pick up more than if you're trying to do the same things as well. So yeah, so with the spin tool, let's just make sure to merge, and we have ourselves the tile we want. Okay, it has some issues in some areas. So let me first see if I can fix those. Do I even need to fix those? Let's just spin this again. Use duplicates. Let me increase the merge distance, maybe 0.2. Yeah, so we have ourselves a tab. And I think it looks similar, a bit similar to this, which is what we are going for. If you add a subdivision surface, you can say you can get it to look even much better. But yeah, it will become way too much poly for what we're doing. And we already have this rim, so let me select that plus our nuts, and just first apply the mirror here, join this to this, and we have ourselves a tire, a tractor. Now I think I can remove this pipe, remove the mirror, and just have something like that. You can of course choose to be more detailed than this. Let's give this other materials, give this piece here the white. There. This can use dark. Create a cream material here. I want to keep my materials very basic. I think this should also use a cream material like that. And we have ourselves a tractor. Grab these. Let me select these pieces here. And yeah, we have our tractor. Okay, so no judgment there, Kama. Yes, you are alone. Okay, guys. This channel top. Thank you, Independent Cube. Okay, so we are done with this. Again, these models are going to be available to my Patreons. It's going to be a package. I'll be making these packages a lot for my Patreons. So this is going to be a tractor. Like that. What else did you guys want to do? I remember you had a few suggestions. There was a tractor. What else was it? Can't remember what exactly the other things were. Let's do transport vehicles. Let's see, what else can we use? A train. Can we do a train? You know, I think this pack is almost done. We have cars, we have a helicopter, we have a plane, we have a trailer, we have a few random things. Yeah, if you're hearing some banging, that's I'm doing some construction, so that's sorry about the noise. Anyway, let's do some art and see. Yeah, your tractor looks fantastic. Thank you, Burning Trap. Independent Cube, sorry for the timeout. Nightbot doesn't really hates capital letters for some reason. So if you type anything in capital letters, you will just get angry. Let's look at some art. Let me see how long has this. 130 minutes. Let me see. Let's do some realistic, something realistic, some realistic render and see. Hello, Guav Aura. How are you doing? Hope you are doing great. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. He just hates it. So if you write in capital letters, he will just time you out. And if you use emojis as well, he can get salty sometimes for no reason, for no good reason. Anyways, I'm trying to look at some, because I have a few more minutes, so I'm trying to see if we can do something quick. Should model Homer Simpson or a dragon? That takes a lot of time, man. That would be. I want something simple to do here before I end the stream. Something just like how these guys do their lighting, man. Let's see if we can get something to recreate this. This is doable, but lots of work. Same with this. I think this is Unreal Engine. Yeah, this is definitely Unreal Engine. But we would need a lot of pre-made assets to be able to pull that off in a reasonable time frame. This looks good. Michael Macons. Nice. My battery has died. But we can still do this. Hello and Happy New Year. to everyone. How are you doing? I'm great. Gilly Rose, thank you. Let's do this. Let's try something like this. Going to open up a new project and just try to replicate the lighting from this scene. Actually, even the details from this scene, it shouldn't be that hard. Let's start with a plane for the ground. Then for the sidewall, I can just extrude this to make sure I don't have any doubles like that. So let me set up my camera quickly. Just have this here and yeah, something like that. We're going to use cycles for this, so Control B, cycles. So most of the light is coming from the top, so I think an area light is more fitting for this. Oh, my scene is way too big. There. Let me use a 30mm camera here. Turn on denoising. Use GPU. Okay. Scale up the room. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the noise. Okay, let's create some materials. Okay, before we do that, let's add more detail to this. Let me go to my quick functions. I'm actually going to change this add-on so that it's just the asset library, and the quick functions add-on will be a different add-on. Let me search for brick texture, a brick material here. I don't have any libraries linked. Let me go to my libraries. Need to link some libraries here. Okay. Happy New Year to you too. Again. Okay, so let's use this material here, the brick material, and just do a quick UV unwrap using cube projection. Let's look at how this looks. Let me see how small or how large this is. Yeah, 4 meters, that's okay. Let me search for concrete material and create a few beams. So I'll just add a cube here, extrude up, give it the concrete material I have, and I think I can add a bevel modifier. So I'll add bevel modifier, bevel, that. That. Just trying to get the same lighting that he has. So just hit P. I think this we can add. Let me see. Should I add a thickness to this? Okay, so that's how things look. You might want to extend this wall just a bit. If I suppose something like that. And I need a few of these poles to something like that. Let's make these steps really quickly. Just save this art. Hey, Mark Baumeister, because you really have some complicated names. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Let me change some contrast here. So I'm going to use the quick functions addon look dev, and I just play with the colors a bit. And I have the curves on. Color management, use curves. You can name me Leon. That is much better, much easier to pronounce. Not better, but much easier to pronounce. Okay, so I was working on the steps. Should be easy. You just need one step like this. And just give it an array modifier. And apply that. Just add. Yes, I do have this code. Just use exclamation mark this code, and that should bring that up. And I think add a loop here. I want this to be like an edge shape, like that, and hide. Let's bring in these guardrails. So I'll just grab an edge loop. I'll separate this, grab this, so I'm going to convert this to a curve. Hello, Cricket. curve, give this geometry. Okay, now let me search for a metal material and get this kind of rusted material surface. Reuse that. Let me change this material just a bit. And I think my steps are a bit too small. So let's make them a bit more larger. Okay. Okay, so I think we also might need some volumetric, so I'm going to add a cube. New material. Also make sure that this is set to wireframe. New material. I'm going to add, if you use Shift Q, if you have the quick functions add-on, I have a few options here. I should have the create material. Okay. What do I need? Karam, frequent reuse, nodes, mapping. I need to add a shader, principal volume. Connect this. If you have the quick functions add-on, you can select two nodes and just choose where you want to connect them. Connect shader output. Am I doing this correct? Connect nodes like that. And let's unpause this for a bit. Reduce the density 2.1. Is this even rendering? Are you Indian? No, I'm not. I'm Ugandan from East Africa. Okay, 0.01. Why is this not? Oh, this is supposed to go to the volume. 0.1. Just play with the volume a bit. 0.5. Okay, that's too much. 0.2. Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah, I should have gone to the volume output. Now, I think we are getting there. Our materials are, of course, a bit different. Let me look for a character to add in here. Do I have the Megascan? Let me link another library I have. Let me see. Megascan, Vendivo. Do I have animals or characters? No, need objects. Let me bring in this guy here. Have him stand somewhere like. Now I think I will have him seated. Let me turn on random colors here. Hello, Ricardo Dove. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to everyone, man. This has not been the easiest year for people, so hopefully the next one is much better. But the way we have started it with Omicron, nah, I'm not sure. It has not really started off very well. Okay. Okay. I want this guy laying on the steps, maybe smoking a joint. So let me have him laying down like that. See? Alright. Looks like he's falling down instead of chilling on the steps. Or maybe that's a better story. The guy is falling down for some reason. But let me just have him laying down instead. Has his legs crossed. Maybe bring him. What graphics card do you use? You can use exclamation mark specs to see my entire setup. Still looks like he's about to fall. You know what, I think, let me have him seated. I think he's too big for the scene, so let's scale him down. Yeah, just to make this scene look more interesting, I'm just going to add an extra light here. Let's try making it a green light. Add in this here. In about 27 minutes will be 2022 New Zealand. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. So you get there fast. Ah, good for you, man. Good for you. So for me, it's we're about, I think, 15 hours to New Year's Eve. So are you somewhere where they're going to have fireworks or something? So in my country, they have banned fireworks because we had some bombs going off. I don't know. Yeah, there was some terrorist attack, so they are avoiding fireworks because you may not be people may not be able to tell whether it's for security purposes. You may not be able to tell whether it's fireworks or someone is blowing themselves up. Yeah, something I don't understand. Why would someone kill themselves for? I don't know. Anyway, now New Zealand is like 12 hours ahead from my country. That's some huge distance. Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, me too. It is really far. I think. Yes, yes. So New Zealand is near Australia, I think, which makes it quite far from us. Let me see, what else can I add in here? Have these tires. Maybe we can add them in here. Maybe this is some kind of garage. I want to have ambient occlusion, so let me turn on that and screen space reflections like that. Let's see. And this floor here should also get a concrete material. So let me search for concrete. And next time let me use this. No fireworks and gathering due to pandemic. Yeah, that's the same thing here. No gathering as well, which is understandable, especially because of the new variant. Let's see what else. Let me look into my asset library. Have some books. You know what? I have these letters that I've never used, and guess what? We are in the new year, so let's use them. Where am I going to add them though? So if I add them here, I have H. So yeah, Happy New Year. I'll have an H. That looks good. Thank you, Anne. Now this guy doesn't look very happy. I have a P. By the way, you can get these letters if you are a Patreon. Now P, where is my Y? new. Yeah. Do I have any more Biko stuff? You're doing a good job. Ah, thank you, Paul Kawangzi. Thank you, thank you. Now, I think I'm going to remove the volumetric for now because it's a bit slow. So I'll have this in a backup collection. And Blender crashed. You are Steve. Oh, nice work. Please, how long would it take me to be a pro like you? Well, it depends on you, man. You can do it in a year. You can do it in a few months. Depends on how dedicated you want to. You are with this. Just watch a ton of tutorials and you'll be good. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that let me first remove these curves for a bit. Improve my lighting. I think I really need the fog or this smoke, but it's really heavy for rendering. Takes a lot of time to render, but that's okay. Maybe move the pillars a bit to fill the empty space. You mean like so? Hey, let me make some of these smaller. But we do have a lot of assets that we can add in. I have some gifts. Yeah, I'm really prepared for this. For this kind of scene, because see, I even have some gift boxes. I'm going to work without the fog, the volumetric. And when I'm not sure about the lighting, what I usually do is just move all my lights to a new layer. I'll call it lights, and switch off one by one just to see how things look. So I think having our light from this direction is going to make things more dramatic, but we might also need a fill light. The problem is this side here is a bit dark, so let me add maybe like I was saying, I'm not sure about let me actually just grab this wall here, Shift D, duplicate, extrude up. Cycles is worse. No, I think it's getting better. It's getting better, especially with the new improvements. I'm just going to bring this light up. I think we need a door here, so let me search for that. Let me link my building parts. Yeah, let me grab this door, add it there. Should also have a door frame. Or is this enough? I think I can have the door a bit rotated, opened. Let me look for a light fixture. A light. I think this here could work. Oh, my Blender is crashing a lot, maybe because I have a lot of Chrome tabs opened. So let's try getting rid of that. Let's see what other lights do we have. We have this Christmas light going on, and I think for these, let's do something different. Let's use, because I want to add in these kind of Christmas lights here, but I want to use to add them on a curve object. So what I'm going to do is just use a curve, create a curve, and I use geometry nodes to distribute these on that curve. So if I isolate the two objects, so this is our curve, this is our light. So I'm going to go under geometry, geometry nodes. Now let me first draw a few of these like that. Add a new geometry. I'll bring in this light into our geometry like that. If I look at the geometry, that's how it looks. And a great thing is that it's also, because of the material, this object is also being randomized. So what I'm going to do is first bring back the curve like that, and use instances on points like that, and also bring a join geometry, join, Shift A, join geometry, join the curve, and curve to mesh option, curve to mesh, and bring in a curve circle, a curve primitive circle like this. So we give this some thickness. These are going to be our wires, and since we have points on instances, we can now instances on points around here, and our instances are going to be this geometry, like that. And why is it instances on point? No, this has to be here. Yeah, so you can see what we're having. Have to mesh. I can scale these instances down. Curve to points. Instead of using instances on point, we need to use curve to points like that, so that we can also get the rotation like that. But do I actually want that? I want this rotation. Do I actually? Now, what I want is to have a random rotation. So I'll do a random value. Just feed that into the rotation, a random vector rotation. Just vector rotation like that. So I also make videos on Blender animation. Good to hear. So I'm also going to set a new material. So let me do a set material. Shift A, set a material, and I want to set it for the curve. So I'll need to put this here, and I want a black material. A dark material, maybe just use that like that. Now with that done, all I have to do is go into edit mode and start painting over the surface. And in the painting surface, in the painting option, there should be an option to paint on the surface directly, so I can paint on this wall. So basically I can have a curve like this, another one like that, another one like that, This is why I love geometry nodes. You can see you can do a bunch of stuff very easily like that. So without even spending too much time, we have that. The only thing I'm going to do is just get rid of these curves that let me see. Maybe just push this off the wall just a bit. And I can also draw directly on these steps. I think I need to isolate the steps. So let's come here. Use the draw tool. Just have a few of these hanging like that. And some of these are going on the floor. See, can even draw more. Yes, guys, this was supposed to be a happy new year. Hello, S Hydra, how are you? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, some of these are going through the ground, so might have to remove them like that. We can go back to the nodes, and before the curve, let me first reduce the resolution of this. We can resample the curve. So curve, resample curve. Actually, it should be around here. Actually, we don't need to resample curve. We just have to increase the count here. That way we have plenty of these lights. You're fine? That's good to hear. Let's see how this looks now. Yeah, I think it's starting to look good. And one thing I could do is add an area light here. So I can add an area light here, so just so we have more light on our guy. So how did you drag off a node that was already connected? Drag off a node that was already connected. I use Alt drag. Yeah, you hold down Alt and then drag. That should do it. Let me try. Hello Aditya Jena, glad to see you again. Let me see, without this light, let's see, what else can we add in here? Hello Katie's Blender, how are you doing? Glad to see you. Have a few chairs. Let me see. Under decos, what do I have? Electronics. Let me add in this chair here. I don't know why this happens sometimes, but let me see. Let me go to a different. Just bring in this. It is 2022 in New Zealand. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year too, man. Happy New Year, man. Did you see some fireworks? Or has it also been banned where you are? Happy New Year, man. Hopefully it's not as bad as 2021 was, though. Yeah, I don't know, man, because the way it has started, it's not. It has started like 2020 with a new variant.